We live in an age of nearness and ease of access to every need, and in fracture around us. We have this concept of growing smart cities, where we have all the learning.
And rack solutions cater to all requirements, from the service provider to an individual customer, and from backbone infrastructure to a premises network. Modern intelligent buildings integrate various extra-low voltage systems for communication, building management, and other integrated services. Traditionally, these systems used to be installed using various specifications. Now, many of these are networked over TCP/IP protocol. Norden's structured cabling networks provide solutions for communication with our end-to-end fiber and copper cabling, thus providing high-speed connection to each office, residents and end users to enhance efficiency and quality. Norden's wide range of fiber and copper cabling solutions cater to building management systems, encompassing building automation systems, security automation systems, and fire automation systems. Computerization of industrial automation is becoming increasingly important in the manufacturing process. Automated machines are capable of doing repetitive work quickly and efficiently. Robotic machines can handle work that is hazardous to humans to increase the productivity. We at Norden provide an extensive range of control and instrumentation cables that work to various proprietary standards of reputed brands and open standards. Our instrumentation, multi-conductor, multi-pair bus cables cater to a wide range of industrial system connectivity. Our fiber and copper communication cable solutions support latest PC-based and networking protocol-based systems to automate and control industry-wide solutions. The influence of utility automation systems is an important aspect of everyday life in the form of electric power, gas and water utility systems, and has an impact on day-to-day business and lifestyle. Earlier, such interconnections were base calls. Now, more and more open and standardized internet technologies are used for that purpose. At Norden, we provide cables for interconnected automation systems to achieve faster reaction times, to optimize decisions, and for collaboration between plants, enterprises, and industry sectors. Our fiber and copper cables are used extensively in the distributed and the supervisory control and data acquisition systems, which are widely used in utility systems today. From inception, our emphasis has been on quality in our products, delivery and service. To achieve this, Norden has widened its production facilities and warehouses from Europe to Middle East and Far East in order to meet the increasing demand for its products in the expanding new markets. Norden's dedicated staff, now numbering over 1,000 professionals, is our strength. Our excellent pre-sales and after-sales support activities has contributed to Norden's evolution as a global brand. Norden provides solutions for optimization of communication infrastructure and plays a key role in ensuring profitability and superior user experience. Our optimal solutions deliver lowest cost for reliable network for existing and emerging services. For more information, please visit our website www.nordencommunication.com.
Sorry for the delay, everyone. It's not on. The screen's gone off. Does it need that one? Thank you. That's my fault. Something is really weird. Right. Sorry for the delay, everybody. We'll get started in just 1 second. Right, okay, hopefully you can all hear me. Put that one there. Right, good morning everybody. Sorry it's a little bit later than what we anticipated, but yeah, very good day. Hopefully we've got some interesting things to show you today. My name is Mike Lewis. I'm head of global marketing for Norden, and I'm joined here by my colleagues that look after the Kenyan office. So yeah, I'd like to start off by just saying a few little housekeeping rules. So first of all, if you wouldn't mind just putting your phones on silent, we have got some breaks planned where you'll be able to pick up your messages and whatever, but if you wouldn't mind, it will just keep the flow going. There's no fire alarms planned today, so if you hear a fire alarm, follow me, because I guarantee I'll be running the fastest. Fire escapes are these doors, straight up the stairs and out the front. Toilets, comfort breaks and things like that, through the doors, turn left, and the toilets are down there. And any questions, because we're a nice friendly bunch, feel free. Ask any questions as we go along, as you remember them. I'm more than happy to try and answer any questions like that. So we've revised the schedule a little bit because we planned on starting half an hour ago, but obviously people get stuck in traffic and things like that. So we're kicking off now, and in 10 minutes time we've got some really interesting news to tell you about our Norden Africa office, and we'll also be joined live from our R&D department in India, and you'll see our CFO and also the COO welcoming you and introducing Northern Africa. We've got a coffee break planned for 12 o'clock, which will be outside, and then we'll come back in here, we'll finish off the session, and then we've got a questions and answers session around about 1:45, followed by a lovely lunch downstairs in the restaurant. So as you can see, it's a fairly tight schedule, and it's going to be fairly rapid, and I hope you find it very interesting. So we're going to start off with some really exciting news. This happened only within the last 2 weeks. We have been incorporated here, and our first office in Africa is in Kenya. This is the address. As you can see, it's here in Nairobi. And what I'd like to do now is just bring in my colleagues from the R&D office in India. There they are. This hopefully should be a live link. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear.
We can hear you.
I hope that our voice is clear.
Oh, hold on 2
Clear?
seconds. 2 seconds, sorry. You're not on the screen. Right. I can't see. Can you see it? Is that okay? Can everybody see that okay?
Our voice is clear?
Yes, absolutely. So on the left-hand side, this lovely looking gentleman is Vijay. This is our Chief Finance Officer. He's the guy in charge of the money. And on the right-hand side, this is Mr. Shabil. He is our COO. He's in charge of spending the money. So between the two of them, these are very, very important guys. So yeah, very, very good afternoon to you in India. You're 2.5 hours ahead of us. So thank you very much for fitting us into your schedule. It's lovely to see you both.
No problem. Thank you very much, Mike.
Thank you.
So I'm going to. Sorry. I'm just going to hand you over. I'm just going to hand you over to Vel. Vel is responsible for the whole of the African region, and he will then hand over to his team and introduce you his team, and then hand you over to our VIPs. So, Vel?
Thank you, Mike, for that introduction. Please come. Have a seat. Good morning, all. Sincere apologies for the late start, because people started coming now. I am Vel Shanmugam. I am the head of Africa, managing from South Africa, the whole of Africa, east, west, and south. Of course, north is attached to Dubai. We are very happy to announce that we have registered our office in Africa, and especially we found Kenya is the very welcoming country for us to open our office. I worked in Nigeria for about 8 years. Then I lived in Kenya for 2 years. Now I am in South Africa. But all across the country, only place we found very warm and welcoming is Kenya. Thank you for that. And we opened our office here. Okay? Yeah. Thank you. And let me introduce my colleagues. Mr. Mike, already he got introduced to you. He is our global head for Markham. Mr. Rajiv Kumar, he is our East Africa sales manager. And Mr. Faisal Nasser, he is our sales manager for Kenya. This is the team. Thank you for the opportunity. Let me ask a few words from our team in India. Over to you, Vijay and Sabil.
So can we start? Maybe you can start.
Yeah, sure.
Please.
Okay. First of all, very delighted to be part of.
Net. Net from there, here.
I'm off to be join this function. Yeah.
Sorry, we lost
Mike,
you.
any?
There was a slight break. There was a break.
Yeah, Vijay, there is a
Okay.
slide.
I'll try to put it across. Yeah. First of all, I'm very delighted to be part of this function, this auspicious function of opening our Kenyan office. And I'm very thankful and humble to all the people who made for this function, taking the time off from their busy schedule. And we thank for each and every one of you for making it. And as a Norden board, we are very keen to reach out to our African customers and our partners. We are very focused on our growth prospects in Africa. And the Norden team is committed to work with our partners and customers to address their opportunities. And we are and I wish all the partners, our team, Shabil, Wade, and all the team members for very good luck for African business. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Yeah. Thank you, Vijay. Yeah.
So, hi everyone. Good morning to all. Thank you for everyone to attend the event. And so, just to give you an overview of what we are where we have started and where we have reached. So we started in '98 in UK with our cabling product in '98, and we have expanded to other countries globally. Right now, we have a presence of 35 plus countries. So when we go to globally, for example, Europe is handling from UK, Middle East is handling from Dubai office, APAC is handling from Singapore office, and SAARC region is operating from India. So all these global operations of these 35 plus countries is operating from different locations. So from the '98 till now, we have not only expanded in terms of the countries, in terms of the product line also. We started as a cabling company. Now we are end up with a 5 to 6 category like camera, public address system, UPS. In terms of technology innovation, we started '98 in Cat3 cable. Now we are using Cat8 cable. And from 2 megapixel to 12 megapixel camera, UPS 650 VA, UPS to 600 kVA UPS. So the product line and the regions are expanding from our side. So this what I'm coming to say is this Kenya office or Africa operations is starting from the first step actually, and it is going to be the future expansion. And our future plan is to make Kenya as the headquarters for the Africa. This is our future roadmap. And I wish a very best to all the African sales team, African team. And also I thank each and everyone for attending this event for your time and wish you a good day. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Sabil. Thank you for the encouraging words. Over to Mike. Yeah. Thank you.
So
Hello. Right. Okay. So yeah. So you've heard from our CFO and our COO, and so now the responsibility lies with me and the team to tell you a lot more about Norden. So Shabil mentioned that we started in 1998, and our offices, which is where I work from, is in London, and we have presence all over the world. I won't repeat what Shabil has already mentioned. My role is basically to spread the word and to make sure from a Marcom's point of view that we present a professional and cohesive image. Norden as a company, especially being a UK company, takes standards very, very seriously. So a lot of the work that we do in London is making sure that our products and our offerings are standards compliant. Okay, so every region that we sell our products in, we make sure that we have the right certification and the right approvals for those particular markets, such as UL, CE, FCC, Roche, that kind of thing, but also specific certifications for specific types of product sets. So that red arrow in the top right hand corner there, that's where our offices are, right in the centre of London. For those of you that have seen or been to London, you will know this this image. The big building on the left hand side there is called the Shard. It's the tallest building in Europe. So yeah, that's where our offices are, that's where I go. And the offices underneath that are our manufacturing offices, which are around about an hour outside of London. And this is where we predominantly make CCTV cameras. So, yeah, Shabil mentioned that we've got a presence all over the world, and we have. We've either got offices or we've got staff, but we pride ourselves in having what we class as a global approach. And by global, what I mean is a global presence, but local touch, okay? So we have people like Val and all the rest of the team that can work hand in hand with you to make sure that you're supported both in things like sales assistance and training and pre-sales support, helping you with any bids, tenders, that kind of thing, developing solutions and bill of materials. So this is what the guys on the ground are here to do. However, because we are a global organisation, we have people all over the world that are skilled in certain things. We can't all be experts, apart from me, obviously, but the rest of the normal people can't be good at everything. So therefore, if you've got a particular requirement, say for instance in UPSs, then it may be that we bring in specialists virtually to work as a team on that specific requirement that you've got. And those specialists may be located in New Zealand or in Arizona or in Kochi, wherever, just to make sure that we give you the best possible solution. As I say, standards is very, very important to us, and without standards compliance, we can't expect to be able to sell our products. And even more so than that, we have British standards approval for the manufacturing of the cameras in the UK, for instance. So yeah, standards are very, very important to us. Now, again, Shabil mentioned the kind of products that we offer. So right the way from the start, Norden as a company has been known as a company offering structured cabling solutions. So right the way from the old Cat 5 days, Cat 6, Cat 7, and today Category 8 cables, copper, fibre optics, all of the stuff that goes along with that, the patch panels, the comms cabinets, all of that. But also, we have grown as a company that understands connectivity. We have also grown into a company that can offer the things that go on the end of the cables, the cameras, the PA speakers, the access control, the UPSs. So as a company, our strength and our difference is a unified brand offering a very, very wide and deep solution. So when you're talking to your customers, you can be talking about a whole end-to-end solution, including security, including communications, including infrastructure, all from one company with one brand supported by us. Okay? So that's what we aim to be, and that is our differentiator. Now then, I'll just let you into something that happened around about 8 months ago. As a company, Norden had a number of sub-brands. Those sub-brands were Secnor, which was access control, NVS, which was for public address, iNor, which was CCTV, SafeNor, CellNor, amongst other brands. The decision that we made 8 months ago was to get rid of all these sub-brands and to have everything branded as Norden, so one brand. We did that for the simple fact that people were confused. Well, who is Secnor? And so we decided to basically have everything as Norden. The reason why I'm telling you this is for those of you that have known us for a while, you will not understand and be familiar with these brands. And also, you will also see that some of the cameras and some of the products on show will have those sub-brands. However, the products that we ship today will all have the brand Norden. Okay? So that's the only thing that's changed, the physical brand badge, if you like. Okay, so let's just jump into a few of the product sets and let's have a look at them in a little bit more detail. So, structured cabling. Hands up in the room who gets involved with structured cabling, copper or fibre. 2 over here, 1 over there, 2, 3. Okay, so 5 or 6. That's great. Structured cabling is my background. I've been doing structured cabling for probably, and I know I don't look this old, but probably getting close to 25 years. And then I diverted into CCTV. But as a company, we've got the whole range. A 25-year warranted system that includes copper, fibre, horizontal, vertical, all of the hardware, all of the cabling, a full channel from end to end. In addition to that, it makes sense that when we're actually supplying the structured cabling components, we're also providing the comms cabinets. So we have a full range of comms cabinets ranging from very, very small wall-mounted comms cabinets all the way up to very, very big standalone comms cabinets. In addition to all of the kits, the baying kits, the fan kits, the PDUs, intelligent PDUs, all of that, both for server rooms, for data centers, cold aisle, hot aisle, all of that we can do. Access control. Hands up in the room who's into access control. Oh, fair few of you. Okay. Access control is more popular than cabling then, okay. So, yep, we have a full end-to-end system for access control, ranging all the way from prox cards, readers, door controllers, locks, plus also standalone systems for things like time and attendance, biometric readers to allow access with PIN numbers and facial and fingerprints and all that kind of stuff. So we have a full end-to-end system, including an enterprise-grade software system that can deal with thousands of doors and tens of thousands of users. So literally, we've got a solution that can take care of a single door into a comms room, all the way up to a fully networked wide area system that could take care of multiple hospitals or multiple university campus layouts. Public address. Anybody into public address? 2, 3, 4. It's like an auction, isn't it? Any advance on 4? Okay, again, as a brand, we have a full range of public address. So an end-to-end system. You'll hear me say that a lot because that is what we try to be. There's no point in supplying bits and not supplying the whole system because that just leaves gaps for you. We want to partner with you for an end-to-end system. Of UPSs ranging from very, very small baby UPSs that are okay to have under your desk in your office to keep your laptop or your PC alive if the if the power goes off, all the way up to big three-phase systems that can support multiple users or even small data centers. So a full range of UPSs. CCTV. Now this is my favorite area. Anybody into CCTV? Excellent. That's what I wanted to say. I was hoping, I was begging that you was going to say yes. If you'd have said no, I was going to go home. Okay, so this is my most favourite subject, and also, it's also where most of the content of this morning, this morning after the coffee break will be. So the exciting stuff we've saved till last. CCTV, we have a whole offering, all the way from relatively cheap commodity products all the way up to really refreshingly expensive specialist products. Thermal cameras, explosion-proof cameras, including all of the recording and also all of the software. Okay, so I hope you're looking forward to this bit, which is after the coffee break. But for now, let's take a slightly closer look at some of these brands or some of these topics that I've discussed. I need to keep having a look at my laptop just for the time. Okay, apart from that's in GMT. Right, okay. So, right, structured cabling. Structured cabling is the backbone, it's the fabric. So irrelevant of whether you're installing cameras or public address or access control, it's what these systems run on. So for those of you that don't do structured cabling, as a company we are more than knowledgeable enough to be able to support you and guide you and train you on what you need to know for structured cabling. But basically, we do all of the cables, so indoor and outdoor, the whole range, shielded, unshielded, double shielded, and as I say, all of the range including category 8 cables. All of the hardware, the patch panels, angled patch panels, both shielded and unshielded, all of the categories, everything that you need for a structured cabling system from end to end. And as I say, we also offer warranties. So subject to you installing it as per our instructions, then we can issue you or your customer with a 25-year performance warranty system. Just as a matter of interest, what are the main structured cabling systems here in Kenya? What are the big names? Sorry? Giganet, okay. Simon, yeah. Molex, yeah. I used to work for Molex. 3M, okay. Arnet, okay, that's a name I haven't come across. Is that a local brand? Right, okay, Arnet. Panduit, yeah, big company. Belden, yeah. So you've got the big companies and also the smaller, more local companies over here. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I would, if you said to me, Mike, where does Norden as a structured cabling company sit? I would actually put them, and I know this because I used to work for Molex, I would actually put them on the same level as Molex. Definitely, yeah. I would actually say quality, the same level, price, slightly less. That's where I would put them. Would you agree with that, Val? Good, good. Okay, yeah, so again, we've got the whole range. In addition to that, we've also got some very interesting, let's say, unusual products. So subfloor boxes, what we know as GOT boxes and things like that. Panels that have got rotatable outlets to allow for strain relief for patch cords and things like that. So we've got a whole range of really interesting novel parts that go into this, including industrial products that fit on DIN rails and things. Fibre optics, we've got a massive range of fibre optics, and I won't bore you with every single slide here, but I've left the slides in because I want you to see the kind of offering that we've got. So we've got loads and loads and loads of different options as far as fibre's concerned. As you can see, loads. But we've also got all of the bits that go on the end of the fibre, the couplers, the breakout boxes, yeah. Too much to even go into. External splice glands, yeah. But We've also got some really quite novel things as well. Sliding high density patch trays, for instance, like, next slide, like these. So we can house up to 144 fibres in one U, for instance. So yeah, as you can see, we're a company that tries and enjoys being innovative, and that is actually part of our company tagline. Pre-terminated fibre as well. If you need any pre-terminated fibres, then again speak to us. But yeah, I don't want to spend too much time talking about any one particular thing. Oh, is that me? Have I done that? Ah, hold on. Sorry, we're suffering a bit with technical issues today, aren't we? Okay. Yeah, we've talked a little bit about cabinets, and I think I've really summarised most of it. But suffice to say, if you've got any cabinet requirements, give us a call, because we've got the whole system, including, and I touched on this before, hot and cold aisle racks, industrial grade PDUs, intelligent power distribution units as well that will tell you your consumption, and also all kinds of things like that. Environmental sensors, heat, moisture, humidity, airflow, all of that is great if you're into data centers especially. Okay, talking about structured cabling, is anyone in the room involved with intelligent infrastructure? Brilliant. One, okay. Whose system do you install? Right, okay, interesting. And what is the market like for intelligent infrastructure here in Africa? Growing. Brilliant, that's what I wanted to hear. Did everybody hear that? It's a growing market. So for those of you that don't know what intelligent infrastructure is, imagine some of the stories that have been in the news over the last 10 years where it's been reported that particular companies have gone offline for a day and lost millions and millions of pounds because their network has gone down. Sometimes it's been proven that that has happened simply because somebody unplugged the wrong cable, okay? There's one particular mobile phone type company that I'm thinking of that starts in black and ends in berry that suffered from that. Intelligent infrastructure basically makes it a lot harder to get it wrong. So the idea with intelligent infrastructure is, before you send an engineer out to unplug a patch lead, a work order is created to tell the engineer which patch lead to unplug and where to plug it back. But also on this system, a little light appears to show exactly the one that he's got to unplug. So he can't get it wrong and unplug the one next to it, or plug it into the port wrongly, yeah? So everything is intelligent. So it takes a lot of the risk away from repatching. In a nutshell, that's what it does. It's all about reducing risk. So if you've got any customers that are very mission critical on their network, high dependency, if it goes wrong, it will cost them millions and millions of pounds. That type of customer, like a bank in particular, this is for them, okay? It's not cheap. In fact, it's very expensive. However, for them, this is the answer, because even though it is maybe 5 times more expensive than another cabling system, this can save them absolute millions if it goes wrong. So this is for a very special type of customer. Maybe only 2 in the room have got those kind of customers. But as you heard, this is a growing market, and people are absolutely dependent on their networks now. We all know what it's like when we've got no email. You imagine what it's like if you can't conduct share transactions, or even if you're a fraction of a second delayed. This will help you with that. Would you agree with what I've just said? Brilliant. I'll pay you later. Okay, UPSs. So there are some of you in the room that are interested in UPSs. As a company, this is a relatively new, and I'm going to say in the last year, development for us. So we are still growing the range, but at the moment the range includes from around about 600 VA, which I think is this one, yeah, maybe this one here, all the way up to I think 600 kVA, which you'll see in a second. But basically we have got a UPS for most, I'm going to say commercial, most commercial installs. So going all the way from 600 kVA, sorry, 600.6 kVA up to 300, I think it's actually 600 kVA now anyway. All sorts of different technology, including double conversion. Some of these are actually scalable, so you can actually add more batteries to them. Obviously with a UPS, it all depends on the amount of capacity in terms of storing power, which will determine how long it can keep your devices alive for. It's as simple as that. So therefore, when you have the ability to add more batteries, you can then do the very, very simple calculation about how many batteries do I need to keep this device alive for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. UPSs are not necessarily designed to be a long-term alternative to grid power. If you want that, typically you would be looking at a generator. However, generators, in order to kick in, take a time. So normally you would have a UPS to take up that time, and then if the power is out for hours or even days, that's where the generator would take over. But yeah, we have a full suite of UPSs. These are the small ones. So the one there is the little baby one that would sit under your desk. Growing up in terms of size, both rack mountable and also tower mountable. Also, some of these products can have SNMP cards in them, so you can actually manage these across the network, and also you can get alerts and reporting information from them. Yeah, there we've got a couple of the ones that are able to be rack mounted or tower mounted. Going up now in terms of size, what else to say about this? Yeah, they just get bigger and bigger and more capable. And then now coming towards the top of the product range in terms of power availability. Oops, thought there was a slide after that, sorry. Yeah, so these are transformerless ones that have a less efficiency factor, but they are a lot more substantial in terms of their capabilities. And also you'll see that the voltage range as well is fairly wide, 165 to 275 volts. So, okay, access control. Just checking the time again. Access control. So, I won't bore you with what is access control, but the need for access control is very, very simple. And I was surprised when I turned up here yesterday to see the level of security at this hotel. We don't have any hotels in the UK with this level of security. However, from what I understand, Kenya is not an unsafe place. So I was quite surprised to see raising bollards in the entrance to the hotel. But yeah, it's all about security, and it's all about giving people access to a building that should have access when they need it. Okay? Now, the beauty of this kind of system is the fact that you can say, this person is allowed in this part of the building at this time or date of the week. Outside of those times, don't let them in. Okay? It really is as simple as that. And the beauty is This is physical security that doesn't rely on any human intervention. So you set the system up and then you just leave it to do its job, and it will follow certain rules that you give it. And as I said earlier on, we've got systems that can take care of everything from a single door to multiple tens of thousands of users across tens of thousands of doors. But in its most basic state, a normal single door access control system will be a reader or an access control unit in some way, to a door controller, to a lock on the door. And then inside the door, inside the secure area, we will have a button to press to get out. That is a basic access control system. It's not rocket science. It's very, very cost effective. However, the downside is it's not very manageable in terms of it's a standalone door. So when you look at this, it's perfect for securing a room. So if you've got a server room, or a comms room, or a particular high value area that you want to secure, this is ideal. On the other side is a networked system. So with this, you've got multiple doors, multiple readers, all on the same system, following a set of rules that you give it in software to tell the system who can go in, where they can go, at what time or date, or anything like that. And then they all of these devices connect onto the network through the structured cabling system that you've already installed. And then you've got the reporting as well to be able to say who went through that door, or where did that person go, or even to a large extent, where is that person in the building. So this is brilliant because you have the ability to scale it, okay? So you can start off with 2 or 3 doors, and at the end of it you could end up with 200 or 300 buildings, each with 100 doors each. So this is totally scalable. This is an enterprise grade system. Here's just a few of the products that we offer. Okay, door controllers, biometric readers that can literally see you as you walk up to the door, understand who you are, understand if you are allowed to enter, and if you are, unlock the door for you. Okay? In addition to that, we also have fingerprint readers, we have pin pad devices. Imagine you have an access control system that relies on plastic cards, okay? If you drop that card in the car park, anybody finding that card will probably take a good guess it's that door there that the card works with. If they hold that up to the reader, they're going to get into your secure building. Imagine also now that not only do you have the card reader with the plastic card reader, it also has a PIN number. So now it doesn't matter that they found the card, they can't get into the room or the building because they haven't got the PIN number. Again, you can double authenticate with facial. So either facial or biometrics. All of these are ways of making that area more and more secure. We've got all sorts of different readers. Also, we do time and attendance. So these devices can actually be used as an employee HR system to be able to understand who is on site, what time did the employee arrive, what time did they leave. So this can be used for many different reasons other than for security. Okay, so coming on to the next subject, public address. So I'm using a public address system now, and public address doesn't have to be using a system to broadcast in a very, very loud way like a football stadium. It could just be a system to help you to hear me. So hopefully I'm not shouting, hopefully I'm using a convenient level of audio that you can all hear me. That's the whole idea of public address, to put audio out in a more widespread, understandable fashion. And we have a full range, okay? all the way from analog. So we still do analog systems. Analog is still a useful technology for some installations. Most of the products that we sell are IP, because we are an IP company. We also have hybrid, so we can do both analog and IP. And we have a full range of PA systems, as I say, speakers, muxes, microphones, but also some of the more interesting products that we do are things like conference systems. And it's really, really important from our product management point of view that these systems are scalable. What we don't want to do is offer you a system today for your customer and then find out that in a year's time they've outgrown it and they have to rip it out and put a new system in. So we always aim to add in some kind of longevity in terms of scalability and flexibility for all of the products that we do. Also, the beauty of the public address system that we offer is you can manage it remotely. So I'll give you an example. One of the products that I'm going to show you in a moment is a call point that would sit at the side of a railway track or in a shopping centre or even on the side of a road for emergency calls. And because it's IP, because it works on a technology called SIP, which is voice over IP, literally you can have that call point making a phone call to a phone on someone's desk in a certain part of the world. There's no physical connectivity required. This is IP. And that is the remote management and also the interoperability that we focus on. But as a company, it's all about keeping systems cost effective, and the quality is paramount for us. So this is a very, very simple system. IP speakers plugged into an Ethernet switch. That's it. There's some of the speakers that we offer, including 360-degree paging speakers as well now. These are some of the more different speakers that we offer. I don't know about the Toadstool, but the Rock one goes out quite popularly. Some of the muxes and amplifiers that we offer, again, you've got the ability to have things like music on hold or background music, where you can actually change the parametrics and the zone volume and all that kind of stuff. This is a more intricate diagram, but again, it's very, very basic in the way that you have a number of zone amplifiers, maybe even some analog amplifiers, going off to either IP powered speakers or just standard speakers, and then maybe a conferencing microphone or a receptionist desk microphone, and then some software to be able to determine groups and paging groups and things like that. But all of this sits on the network. So this is what I was talking about. So some of these phones, let's call them phones, because they are basically phones. So the big yellow one there is an industrial grade, IP rated, ATEX rated as well, actually, I think, totally designed for maybe on oil rigs or gas producing platforms. The ability to be able to make a phone call in an intrinsically safe way. Also weatherproof and emergency call buttons and things like that. So all of this is integrated in the same kind of video / voice over IP system that I just showed there. Basically voice and video over the IP network. Here's a couple of screenshots of the software. It's like a phone system. It literally is a phone system. In addition to that, we also do classroom systems, and the beauty of the classroom system is it's very, very simple and easy to deploy. So imagine a teacher, imagine I'm the teacher and you've got a classroom full of students. Rather than the teacher having to shout to the back of the room, we can have strategically located portable speakers, one microphone, that could be either a wired desk mounted microphone or it could even be a wireless microphone. And then that way the teacher can talk in a natural, pleasant volume, but the audio is getting to all of the students. And then we also have the ability to have external microphones plugged into some of our cameras, for instance. So the one on the bottom there, for instance, is a vandal-resistant ceiling or wall-mounted microphone, and then the one on the top, again, vandal-resistant wall-mounted version. Just gives you the ability to have the camera on the wall over there, but maybe the audio over there, maybe for access control, that kind of thing. So, last few slides before we break for a coffee. As a company, we have many years of experience working in many different types of vertical industries. And we have developed solutions for all of these industries. So, irrelevant of what your focus is, we know that we have a story to tell. So it doesn't matter whether your focus is on healthcare, we've got products that we can show you joined up that are great for talking to a hospital. Equally, doesn't matter whether you're into guarding properties or universities or anything like that, we've got a story that we can show you. And in addition to that, some of the work that my department have done from a marketing perspective is to develop these vertically aligned documents. So for instance, you could take this document to a hospital and you could talk to them not only about the virtues of your company, but also the company that you work with, Norden, and what the products would look like. And we've got quite a lot of companies that we work with. So here's just a few. There's a few brands on there that I'm hoping that you'll be familiar with. We are a global organisation, and there are some very well-known brands on there. So, and it's growing every day of the week. It's growing. And again, one of the things that my department do a lot of is case studies. So we have loads and loads and loads of case studies from all over the world in all different verticals. So whether it's cabling or CCTV in, for instance, here, I think this one's specifically on the Middle East. And then we've also got loads from around the rest of the world, Europe, India, Southeast Asia. So yeah, we've got loads and loads of experience. We're not a company that started yesterday. We've been going since 1996, and we've been here in Africa for over 10 years now. So, and then last one, the partner program, okay? Any proper manufacturer will have a partner program. The whole idea of us partnering with companies is, number one, standing together, shoulder to shoulder, to win good business. It's as simple as that. The guys here will be more than happy to talk you through the partner program, but it's all about identifying what opportunities you've got and then helping you to exploit those opportunities, to actually bring them to fruition, so that it's a win-win. We win, you win, your customers win. And that is the morning bit over. Sorry, the morning bit? The first bit, the first half. We're going to break for coffee in a minute, but I'd like to take the risk of saying, any questions? No? Good, right, okay. Any questions? One. Let me get you a microphone. There we go. Make it an easy one, please.
See, my name is Praveen. I'm from MFI.
Hello.
Hello. There are two questions from my side. One, you said about an access controls. We have not seen the system for hotel management, like the way you have here.
Mm-hmm.
Number one. I haven't seen you speaking about, the second question is about the UPS related one, the power supplies.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen the AVRs onto that list. Voltage controllers, not part of it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not something I've heard of, to be honest.
Okay. Okay. You have inverters too. Okay. But we have not seen that one as well into the presentation. Okay. So those locks and the solar inverters, we can talk about it.
Right, okay, so the first one I can answer. Now, we have looked into standalone systems for things like hotel rooms. We haven't committed to do it because there are a number of companies that do it really well. And we will only go into a market if we feel that we've got something to add. And unless you want a networked system, which typically hotels don't, they want a cheap, standalone, functional system. There's not really a lot more that we could actually bring to that story. So we as a company made the decision not to do that. That's not what we do. If, however, it was an integrated system, then absolutely we would do that. But no, hotel systems isn't really our focus, to be honest. The other solution, well, the other question, hopefully Val's answered that question. I didn't actually understand it, so that's.
Let me understand the first question itself. What is that exactly you are looking for?
So on the access control systems,
Yeah.
door locks. So I haven't seen a system which is relevant to the hotel door locks and all.
Door locks with a
Access control or any
Okay,
other solutions
okay.
on that one related to hotels.
we are not having that product. Yes.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
So the second one you said that we'll address it
Yes.
offline.
We are
That's
into
okay.
solar from UPS and solar inverters and moving forward that. Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions? Over here.
Yes, you talked. My name is Gabriel. You talked of the classroom PA system. Is it wireless? Are the speakers wireless?
Could be. Yeah. They could be wired. They could be wireless.
Okay.
That was a nice, easy one. I like it when I can answer with a single word. Yes. Any other? Oh, one over here, Val.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, 1 second. It's good to see people on this side of the room. I was a bit worried we'd have to close it off.
Hello,
Hi.
my name is Peter.
Pleased to meet you.
Two questions. You've talked of access control and it could be used in colleges and universities. Can that be integrated into the fees?
Cashless.
Fee, what do you call it? Where, for example, if a student hasn't cleared the fees or reached a certain level, then they would not be able to access the college compound or a classroom or lecture room.
Yeah. Integration is one of the things that we are key on. So clearly, as far as the student enrolment system's concerned, there would be a database that would know when their fees have to be paid for. Now, I'm sure if that was a requirement, there could be a link created between the two. We haven't done it before, but it's all IP and it's all software. So as long as the enrolment system has an SDK that could link to our system, then whilst they are green, good, the card works. As soon as they go to red, bad, the card doesn't work. But it all involves integration at that SDK level. Good question.
All right. Secondly,
Oh, hold on. Val wants to add something.
See, from our product, we can give the API for the software to do the further enhancements. Okay. Yeah. So API we can give. With the API and the database and the information, what the software wanted to do, they can decide. Okay. Yeah.
then secondly, if one wants to get the software of the CCTV alone, is it possible to do that?
Okay, so we'll save that until after the coffee break, because absolutely. But the answer is yes, but what you're going to see after the coffee break will answer that question.
Thank you.
I like to save the best till last. Gentleman over there for the microphone.
My name is Martin.
Pleased to meet you.
My name is Martin. Two questions. One, suppose I have an existing system and I want to upgrade with your products. Is it integratable? Then the second one, do you have a software which can integrate all your products? Thank you.
Good question. Okay, so the first question, let me just clarify. When you say you want to upgrade, what system are we talking about? Access control, public address?
For example, CCTV.
CCTV. Okay, so again, we'll leave that until after coffee break. So anything to do with CCTV will come to after the coffee break, if that's okay, Martin.
Thank you.
Brilliant, thank you. Any other question? One over there.
My name is Andrew. I'd just like to know how you're handling your support of the products locally, and then the availability of the product, and then also what is the, because already there is other products in the market, what is the difference point, selling point of your product? Thank you.
Yeah, regarding the support, as of now, we are appointing the partners in Kenya and whole of Africa. We have covered west and south, partners appointed. Kenya, we are yet to appoint the partners. In terms of sales and service, it's almost finalized. We are coming out. So, certified partners, installer, service persons will be available by the end of December. That will be taken care. We just started our office here. We are going to the next step, is giving the training to the certified installers, partners who will be available locally. That is our next step. We are going towards that. Then your next question, please. Yeah, availability of products, you asked, that's the next question. Yeah, it is almost we finalized a distributor partner here. The products already started sailing. It will be available. By August end, it should be on ground. Right? Yeah. Thank you.
Any more questions before we break for a coffee? No? Okay.
Martin again. Okay, yeah.
Thank you. Right, okay, so we'll break for half an hour. Quick coffee. Everybody can have a chat with each other and pass your business cards around and all that kind of good stuff. And then we'll come back in for the really exciting stuff. Thank you very much. Let's just take a quick look at what we class as the business as usual products, okay? So we've got a full range of bullet cameras, dome cameras, eyeballs, 360-degree hemispheric cameras, and also pan, tilt and zoom cameras with fairly long range capabilities like the ones that we've got on demonstration over here. Full range of resolution, ranging from relatively low up to quite high. Power over Ethernet, all of these things are the things that you would imagine that a comprehensive manufacturer of CCTV cameras would have. So we've got the full range. And in addition to that, we've also got a full range of recorders going from relatively small, 4-port, ideal for your home or for a shop, all the way up to big networked recorders that can take care of hundreds of cameras. In addition to that, as I say, we have the specialist solutions, which I will spend more time talking to you about a little bit later on. But yeah, as a company, structured cabling is where we grew up from. CCTV is our next biggest portfolio of products. So that's why we spend so much time talking about CCTV. As a company, we are very, very knowledgeable when it comes to this. So any assistance that you need, we have a whole support department that can work with you on specifications for solutions that you're developing for your customers. This is a very, very strong subject of ours. The explosion proof and the marine grade and the thermal cameras is really where we stand apart from a lot of other manufacturers. We as a company believe that this is the future for us, because the other products are always under attack from someone that can do it cheaper. Okay, that's the problem. Talking of which, is there anybody in the room that has heard of NDAA? NDAA. Anybody heard of NDAA? Good, excellent. So, NDAA, this is, let's call it a law, okay? It's not, but let's call it a law. In America, NDAA states that it is not permissible at all to install products in government establishments that are made by a certain number of companies, okay? And these are 5 companies that are absolutely named on that bill. So in other words, what I'm saying is, if you in America want to install CCTV cameras for a government agency or anything to do with the US government, these 5 companies, their products cannot be used. Huawei, ZTE, Hytera, Hikvision and Dahua. Now, I guess Hikvision is also available, and are they quite big here? Yeah. Biggest, right. And Dahua, is Dahua? Yeah, okay. So, in America, you cannot use these products on any substantial installation, okay? So the question is, who cares? We're not in America, right? Okay. So, contrary to popular belief, neither is the UK. However, we have started to see more and more and more specifications simply saying you cannot use any products that are from these companies in the UK and in Europe and in APAC. Okay, so now US, Europe, UK, APAC ruling against using these companies. Okay, let me just show you a couple of things. So this is from the BBC News website. The date of this is November 2022. Okay, so nearly 2 years ago, this was in the news in the UK. UK government bans Chinese security cameras. Okay. A little bit more recent, the date of this is March 2023. Tesco. Everybody know who Tesco is? They're our largest supermarket. Yeah? Massive. That is a letter written by the CEO of Tesco's, an open letter specifically saying from now on you will not install these products and we will rip all of those products out within an amount of time and replace them with other products. So you may say, why? What's the big deal? What is NDAA all about? Let me play you a quick 2-minute video.
There are estimated to be at least 1 million Hikvision cameras in every aspect of British life, from schools to government buildings, to top secret laboratories and to police institutions. No one knows exactly how many have been installed.
They are the biggest providers of surveillance technology on Earth. I've now begun to describe this as being like digital asbestos.
The company has been described as a moral polluter, because its systems are also trained on an estimated 1 million Uyghur people detained in camps in Xinjiang. And its facial recognition programmed cameras are being used to filter them out of everyday society. Official figures show in 2020, Hikvision had almost a third share of the global network camera market. That amounts to manufacturing and selling more than 36 million cameras a year, which translates to more than 100,000 cameras per day. But they're not just cameras, they're computers too, computers linked to networks. Italian TV last year reported on what happened with 140 Hikvision cameras installed at one of Rome's airports. They all suddenly started calling home, trying to connect to a server in China. 11,000 unauthorized requests per hour. The company later put the malfunction down to outdated codes. But despite vulnerabilities and bolstered by billions of dollars from the Chinese government, Hikvision has dominated the market, and many of its products have made their way here. The CCTV Surveillance Commissioner has embarked on an audit of police forces and local authorities to establish just how far Hikvision is now embedded in the UK infrastructure.
How worried should we be?
I think we should be significantly worried, particularly in areas of great sensitivity, whether that's areas of central government work or covert policing work or sensitive policing work, and also spilling out from other areas of local authority work into our everyday lives, such as schools and school transport.
So there you go. This is Channel 4 News. This is one of our 4 prime television stations in the UK, and this was a news broadcast. So I'm not standing here telling you that any manufacturer is good or bad. What I'm saying is there are particular reasons for NDAA. The 2 main reasons are, number 1, security. Like they said there in the film clip, there is the potential for backdoors. There is the potential to get access into these systems and, let's say, spy or do damage, okay? But the other thing, which is very, very poignant, is there is proof that these systems have been used to identify certain races or creeds of people. The Uyghurs, which I believe are, I don't know, a spin-off of Muslims maybe, but hold that for, because I don't know, I'm not educated in that. However, these cameras have facial recognition that can identify the facial characteristics of these Uyghur people, okay? And then, yeah, I won't go into too much detail, but then they are victimized. So there you go. You make your own choices, yeah? But I'm simply making you aware that NDAA, although it might not be here today, I'm absolutely sure that you will start hearing people talk about it more and more and more. And rather than you sitting in front of your customer and being shocked and not having the answers, at least when they say to you, we will only use NDAA products, at least you will remember who it was that told you about NDAA first. There you go. That's the serious stuff out the way. Oh, quick question. Brilliant. Brilliant. Well, that's good news, that the message has started to get here. We have a full range of NDAA compliant products. Okay, so coming on to the more interesting stuff now, we're getting away from all of the bad news. But in terms of products, we do hardware and software. And in its most simple state, the NVR has embedded software that literally you can plug a screen into the NVR, use the software to record and play back and search date and time, that kind of stuff. Very, very, very simple solution. And in addition to that, the basic system also enables you to be able to view the cameras live or recorded using your mobile phone or your tablet or your laptop across the internet, okay? This isn't new, but as an installer, you expect this. So it does all of this. Whoops. We also have a mobile solution. So if any of you are involved with transport, then we have a system that can take care of that. So an integrated mobile setup includes things like driver and passenger monitoring, blind spots, making sure that the driver is actually paying attention, rear view cameras, internal surveillance and recording for safety and security purposes. So all of that is included within our mobile solution. So I'm trying again to demonstrate to you that we are not a one-trick pony. We have a whole surveillance and CCTV system that will take care of every eventuality, including body cameras. A body camera is very prevalent here. Do you see many body cameras? No? Okay, brilliant. So in the UK, for instance, up until probably 5 years ago, you would normally only find body cameras maybe on the police, maybe sometimes with the military, but that was really about it. Fast forward 5 years, we now have cash supermarket assistants wearing body cameras. We now have bar supervisors wearing body cameras. And the interesting fact is this: if I asked all of you in the room what's the purpose of a body camera, you would probably all simply say to record evidence just in case anything happens. Okay? However, it's a proven fact that if someone's wearing a recording device, let's say for instance in a bar, and you have a dispute with the barman about the change that he gave you, for instance, as soon as that conflict starts to occur, the barman would simply say, just 1 second, I'm just going to turn my body camera on just to record this interaction. Straight away, the whole temperature drops. The chances of that escalating into a conflict are reduced. So it lowers the chance of it becoming a problem, okay? We, as I say, see body cameras being used in a whole multitude of different environments. I even saw a member of the public the other day sat at a bus stop with a body camera on for her own safety, okay? The chances of her having an issue because she's got a body cam instantly become a lot less. She clearly felt vulnerable, and that helps her. So we have a full range of body cameras. Our most basic body camera, for instance, it can record 1080p HD resolution video. It can take 64 million pixel still images. It can record audio. So you've got a full record of what went on. Also, rechargeable batteries are kind of standard for the whole range. They also tend to have infrared, so if the light drops too low, they can see in the dark, basically. And this particular camera is IP68, which means that it is most ingress, water, dust, that kind of thing. But also, most interesting is this particular camera is certified to a military standard of 810H. Okay? Now, I'm not expecting you to know military standards. However, there's not really that many body camera manufacturers that have a body camera which is certified to such a high level. I only know this because obviously being based in the UK, which is where we do all of the standards compliance, I spent a lot of time looking into the various standards. And I know for a fact that we are one of the very, very, very few manufacturers that have that level of certification. So this is ideal for the military. We also have this particular camera, which is a little bit, let's say, lower, cheaper, more accessible, lower resolution, less IP protection. Then we have this particular camera, which again is slightly less IP protection, so less weatherproof. However, this particular camera has a replaceable battery. So therefore, with this camera, you can take a spare battery with you and replace it in the field. The other cameras tend to be fixed, and that's why they have a higher ingress protection. This is a lovely little camera. I don't think we've actually got one here, actually, Val, have we? No. This is brilliant. It's probably this size, very thin, very lightweight, and the idea of this camera is it's perfect for retail. Okay, it's not designed to go outside. That's why it hasn't got such a high IP rating. But the beauty of this is the clip. It's not so heavy. It's probably half the weight of our normal body cameras, and the clip that it would fasten onto your shirt or your blouse is a magnet. So you put the inside your blouse and then simply snap it onto your blouse, and because it's so lightweight, it doesn't pull you down. So this is absolutely perfect for retail purposes. And completely in contrast to the other end of the scale, this is absolutely perfect for the military. So this is designed to go on a helmet, okay? So when you see footage of military personnel entering a hostile zone, as a first-person view, very often that first-person view will come from something like this. It's rugged, it's designed to be knocked and bumped quite a lot, as you can imagine a soldier would do. The other interesting thing, most of the body cameras that we supply have either Wi-Fi or LTE, 4G, 5G connectivity. So therefore, they can stream live footage excuse me, back to base. And in addition to that, some of the body cameras have a PTT button, so that they're like having a walkie-talkie with you as well. So if you imagine, if you've got a parking attendant that is in a confrontation with someone who's illegally parked, they can just press the PTT button and talk back to base to say, I've got a problem, can you just watch me? So it's like having a team of people stood behind you to back you up live, okay? So, yeah, let me just show you something. This is a video that I recorded last year in Dubai at GITEX. Hi, you're joining me today at GITEX 2023. We're here on the Norden stand, and we're going to be taking a quick look at the Norden INOR body cam system. So we've got various body cams in the range, and we're joined here by Mohammed. Mohammed is one of our senior techs, and we're taking a look not only at the body cam but also at the software as well. So straight away in the software we've got a map of the world that we can drill down and go to a particular region. As I say, we're in Dubai, so we can click on Dubai, and then that will bring up a list of all the body cams that we've actually got in this location. And then very quickly we can click on a particular body cam and you'll see the live view appear on the screen. There it is. So if I just move it around, you'll see, and there's me. Hello, hello, hello. And you'll see there's very little delay, probably 2 seconds at most. Now it's important to note that we are actually connecting via the 4G network. So this signal is going via the mobile phone network over to India, which is where this server is actually located, and then we're remoting into it. So we're only looking at a delay of less than 2 seconds. So I'm going to press record now on this particular body cam, and I'll just show you what we can do with it. So there you go, it's actually recording, and I'll just pan around There we go, looking at the stand. It is the start of the morning, so it's not very busy at the moment. Okay, we've recorded about 12 seconds worth of footage there. Press record to stop that, and then very, very quickly you'll notice on the back of the screen it says upload, and there we go, 100% uploaded. And within a few seconds you'll see that Mohammed can show that the recording has actually uploaded to the server. And there it is, 10:42. 10:14, sorry, there you go, 10:14. And then we can very simply click on that and we can play back the footage. We haven't got any speakers on this PC, so unfortunately we won't have any audio, but you will be able to see the video footage that is uploaded just by pressing the play button, and there it is. And then very, very simply, if we want to download this and archive it for future use, we can do that just by pressing on the download button, and then this will actually save it, and then we can export it and save it for future use, and then we can just play it as a standard media file using a player like VLC or something like that. There you go. So that was just a very, very quick introduction to just this particular body cam. We have got a full range of body cams, so please come and see us, talk to us about our body cam systems, and we look forward to seeing you. Bye for now. There you go. So so yeah, that's the body cam offering. We have recently launched a new range of very cost-effective entry-level products as well. We understand that as a product matures, it needs to find its level. And so cost with CCTV, especially for the small installations, can be important. So we've recently launched our Evo range, and the Evo range includes relatively low specification cameras. However, in saying that, they are still compliant with every requirement around the globe, and also they have most of the features that everybody wants, such as basic analytics, intrusion detection and cross-line detection. We have bullets and dome cameras with white light and with IR. We also have 4- and 8-way network video recorders. So these are aimed for small standalone installations around 8 channels. Now then, again, the other end of the scale from very, very basic introduction is high-level thermal systems. Now, has anybody here got any experience with using thermal cameras? No? Okay. Brilliant. One. So I've recently had the experience of dealing with a very, very big solution which we have won recently, which uses thermal cameras for the detection of fires in forests. And the whole idea of a thermal camera is it doesn't rely on optics, okay? So unlike the kind of cameras that you can see the video crew using here, these cameras can see in the dark, and the view that they get is not impressive video like you've seen so far, or like that over there, for instance. It's basically a heat signature. So if you've ever seen thermal imaging, it's basically an image of loads of big dots, let's say, ranging in colour, and the colour depicts typically the heat. Now, if you imagine in a forest, the one thing that we need to try and do is deal with the problem quickly, because if we don't, we can end up with the whole forest wiped out. So what these cameras do is they watch an area, okay? And the solution that we've deployed with this particular government is that a pan, tilt and zoom thermal camera, always rotating around like a radar, can detect heat rise. So therefore, if the camera detects a hot spot, yeah, it could be lightning, it could be a discarded cigarette, it could be a barbecue, but if it detects a hot spot, it will lock onto it, and it will create an alert to let the authority know that there's a problem. And then, once they've received that alert, they can investigate, they can zoom in and do all the checks that they need to do. And if it turns out that it is a forest fire about to start, they can deal with it. When it's only a very, very small fire, when it might not even be a fire, it might just be some smoke with a slight heat raise. So rather than lose hundreds or thousands of acres of forest, they deal with it straight away. So that's the solution that we have developed for this particular requirement. However, we do have some relatively low-end thermal technology as well, single cameras. Obviously, COVID was, the test for COVID was all about heat, and that's why you saw a lot of thermal imaging cameras going into airports to detect if passengers getting off a plane potentially had a raise in temperature. So we have all of that kind of stuff, and the slightly more high-end stuff. So the product that's on the bottom there is the product that we are proposing for this solution for the forests. So let's take a look, just as an example, what we could do with these products. So here, for instance, this is, again, a forest fire detecting camera, and it sits on top of a tower. And you can see it's covering a massive area. So although these products are quite expensive, they also take care of a huge particular area, because all you're looking for is a spot of heat. And in terms of connectivity, depending on where it's being deployed, we could use cable, fibre, that kind of thing. We could use laser, we could use microwave, we could use cellular, we could even use Starlink. Okay, so the solution, because it's IP, it gives us so much flexibility. This is the actual camera. So this particular camera has actually got optical, so we can see the image in colour, but it's also got thermal, so we can see both images side by side. And here on a different tower, the aerial is actually a lightning arrestor, so it attracts the lightning rather than it killing the camera. And then we've got a little area where the engineers can stand to do any repairs or maintenance. So yeah, you can see these cameras are rugged. They're designed to sit in the middle of nowhere, low maintenance, because you don't want to be going there every week. We also, within the same solution of specialist products, we have a full range of explosion-proof cameras. Has anybody here got any customers that are involved in mining or oil, gas, petroleum, exploration, that kind of thing, or even mills? Anywhere that has the potential to be an explosive environment, okay? In those environments, you'll probably know that your customers will specify a requirement for ATEX, which is basically explosion-proof products. Whatever it is, whether it's a telephone handset or a speaker or a network switch, anything which has the potential to cause a spark has the potential to cause an explosion. So therefore, we have a full range of explosion-proof cameras. Okay, we see these being deployed on drilling platforms, on base refineries, and in mines. Because in a mine, you could have a build-up of gas or dust, and that dust, if it had a spark, catastrophe. So yeah, we've got a full range of explosion-proof cameras as well. They could be thermal, they could be optical, they could have lights, they could have wipers. Whatever your requirement is, we've got a full range. And in addition to that, marine grade. We can also supply all of those cameras in a marine grade stainless housing so they don't rust or corrode. So, that's the hardware taken care of. Let's talk about software now. Now, this is a very, very big part of our offering. Because so far what we've talked about is Norden's cameras or recorders. What I'm going to show you now is software that could be used with anybody's cameras, okay? Analytics and AI is a big topic of conversation because nowadays we don't want to be sat watching cameras 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We want the cameras to have the intelligence to make the decisions and only attract our attention when something significant happens. So we've developed a software platform called VMS Expert, and it is basically a video management software system that is completely open platform, okay? So as long as your existing cameras are OMVIF compliant, which is number one, and number two, they support something called RTSP, which is the ability to stream, okay? And when I say as long as it supports, most modern cameras have both of those features, okay? So yeah, you should find that your cameras today do actually support both of those. And this software platform enables you to have one piece of software to view all of your cameras, doesn't matter whose make they are, on one platform, and have video motion, have direction login, all sorts of triggers that can attract your attention if it goes wrong. But in its most basic, it does recording, it does playback, and it does search and retrieval, which is what you want from a CCTV system. But we've also got advanced analytics, so we can do all kinds of stuff with this. So we can do queue detection, okay? So in a supermarket, especially in the UK, most of our big supermarkets have cameras that can alert the supervisor if the queue for any till is too long. And then they bring online more cashiers, because customer service is important. If you keep people waiting in the queue too long, they will go to the other supermarket. We can detect the direction. So if a car is going the wrong way up a street, it can record, it can alert the authorities, but so much more than that. And that's what I'm going to be showing you over the next few frames. The big thing about VMS Expert is it is aimed to be intuitive. It's easy to use. You don't need to go on crazy long training courses to learn how to use it. But it does the hard work for you, okay? So you can actually leave the system to do its job and alert you when you need to be alerted. And also, it's actually very, very competitively priced. The pricing model really lends itself to from very, very small to quite large installations. We've got some really quite large installations in the thousands of cameras using this for traffic management in half a dozen smart cities with thousands of cameras. So let's just take a look at some of the things that we can do with this clever software. For instance, and I'm not sure how many of these are issues here in Africa, but especially when it comes down to traffic management, people going the wrong way up the road, people going too fast, people going too slow, people not wearing seatbelts, people on the mobile phones, mopeds with more than two people on them. All of these are issues that, if they're not enforced, they will just grow and grow and grow. But in addition to that traffic management thing, we can also do people counting, we can do overcrowding detection. So if you've got a football stadium that has got too many people in one particular stand, we can detect if there's someone collapsed, we can detect smoke, we can detect abandoned objects, all of this. So let's take a look at some of this in action. So here, for instance, this is an example of a camera looking at an area which the people are supposed to wear hard hats and they're supposed to wear high vis. The camera has identified that they're not. So therefore it's an exception and it will be flagged for future dealing with. Here, for instance, we've got a camera which has detected smoke or even fire. And again, we can deal with it quickly rather than waiting for it to become a bigger hazard. Here, the camera has detected liquid spill, so oil, for instance. People fighting, okay, they can be dealt with very, very quickly. Person fallen over. So, it's not working. Ah, there we go. Right. So here, for instance, this is the live footage. So the camera has established that the person is not wearing a hard hat. So rather than sitting there watching the screen all of the time, the system will log it for you. Here, again, face masks. Okay, so it's flagged up that that particular person isn't wearing a face mask. Fire and smoke, and as you can see, these aren't staged, these are real. You know, no company in their right mind would go and set fire to a petrol station just to create a video for PR. I don't know, it's a good idea though. So straight away, it's flagging the fact that there is a fire. So straight away, we can deal with it rather than it burning the whole petrol station down. Here again is another really good example, a train station or even an airport, where somebody accidentally walks off leaving their bag behind, which could be a potential security issue. So the green area is the area that we've mapped out for monitoring, and as you can see there, where those gentlemen were standing, they've discarded their luggage, accidentally, let's say. So straight away, we can jump on that and deal with it, maybe before the people have left the station, rather than evacuating the whole station or airport, for instance. Here we've got a sterile area, so this could be a border crossing, it could be a prison, it could be a military base, and basically what we're saying is, in that particular area, if a human, not a dog or a horse, but if a human goes into that area and potentially stays there for over a period of time, then create an alert. So again, we haven't got to have guards watching the video all of the time. Humans will miss things if they stare at a screen long enough. Okay, I call this museum mode, because imagine that we've got an expensive oil painting in a museum and somebody comes up and takes it away. So that could be the bag there that you can see. As soon as it disappears, it creates an alert to say that item is no longer where it should be. Crowd control, people counting, all of these things are possible. This is software, this is analytics. So one camera can also do multiple things simultaneously. This isn't a case of having one camera does one job. Fly tipping, discarding of rubbish. As you can see, they've just thrown a black bag behind, and again, the system will alert on that. And again, we can use this for graffiti. The uses for this are immense. Also, we have been contracted by one particular area, government, to monitor and to raise attention to particular vulnerable people that may be on their own. So for instance, lone women detection, okay? So in a particular area which could be very, very hostile towards single females, the system can automatically flag so that the guard is instantly paying attention to that particular vulnerable person. And it could be children, it could be single females, anywhere where we need to have an enhanced level of vigilance. They haven't done anything wrong, we're just needing to protect them more. Social distancing as well. I know COVID is kind of a discussion that we had a few years ago, but it's still with us, and so therefore social distancing is still to a certain extent very important. So again, the system can determine how far apart people are and enforce that if necessary. Traffic management is a really big part of our company. We have some very, very, very big case studies where we have done some huge projects with traffic management, where one camera can detect multiple violations, speeding, seatbelts, mobile phone use, that kind of thing. Citywide, thousands of cameras. So, for instance, okay, this is just an example. One high-resolution camera can cover 8 lanes and detect a vehicle going the wrong way, okay? Here's another example. One high-resolution camera can cover 4 lanes at a junction and do pixel-based speed detection and make the decision if that vehicle is going over the speed limit. Simultaneous 4 lanes, rather than having one camera per lane. And you can see we've got the definition to get the number plate, the date and time, and then the ANPR system would convert that into text. I've actually been to the headquarters where this system's been run and watched it live, and the police. Well, yeah, I won't give too much away because I think this is going out live, but they're very, very, very happy with this system. No helmet detection as well. In some countries, no helmets are kind of, well, it's illegal. You need to wear a helmet. Get the number plate for future prosecution. It's all automated. The best way to enforce a law is to prosecute. Okay, as I say, multiple violations. So you've got multiple things happening simultaneously. We've slowed this video down just to help you try and understand what's going on. We've got people not wearing seatbelts, we've got more than 2 people on a moped, we've got people not wearing helmets, people on mobile phones. And again, you can only do this with a fast system, doing multiple frames per second, high resolution, and a very, very capable processing system behind it. Facial recognition. This isn't new. You know, you see it on the television every single day of the week on some Tom Cruise film or whatever. But it's definitely an advantage to have this kind of system. So again, we can do facial detection. So I'm a bit ahead of time, actually. So, without trying to bore you anymore, any questions? Hopefully there's at least one. I've got the other microphone here, Val. Anybody still awake? Show their hands.
Martin has asked.
Oh yeah, what were the questions from earlier? Sorry. First of all, there was a question over here about software. This is the software that I showed that you can use with anybody's CCTV cameras.
Yes, Martin. Can you repeat your questions, please? Yeah.
Good afternoon. My name is Martin. I was asking if there is a software that I've seen now which can integrate all the devices or the systems, and also suppose I have an existing system and I need to upgrade it without replacing it, whether it is possible also. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. So, I expect that most companies will have CCTV. And I also appreciate that nobody wants to throw good products away. So therefore it makes sense, even if they're analog products, it makes sense that they can be integrated into a new system. So you can buy, we don't make analog to digital converters. There are plenty of companies that do. So as soon as you've got those analog cameras into IP, you can then bring them into the VMS software, the VMS Expert software. And as soon as you've got that common platform, VMS Expert, you can bring in, I'm going to say any, there are a couple of exceptions, but any system, any camera system that supports RTSP and OMVIF, you can bring them in. And then you've got the ability to record, you've got the ability to playback, you've got the ability to search, date, time, that kind of stuff, and also do all of the analytics, because the analytics are in the software, not in the camera. So straight away, VMS Expert gives your existing installation a new lease of life. Question over there?
Yeah, let me answer.
Just a question on the NDAA.
Huh?
You mentioned the manufacturers in the UK for the cameras. You're manufacturing in the UK. I think some of the requirements that we see, or I have seen, is that it should not be just a rebranded Chinese product or with components that still have the same chipsets that are still talking back to some, somebody.
Absolutely.
So that was just a clarification.
Absolutely.
Clarify that, and if there is any specific certificate towards that, we don't they don't this is this brand because they got this one. This is another brand that has or require this is the European.
Okay. Brilliant points. And I've spent a lot of time talking about NDAA, so thankfully these are answers that I have. Right, okay. So, sorry, what was your name? Vinay. So, Vinay's question was all about NDAA. Now, the slide that I showed you earlier was a very, very, very small part of NDAA. There was 5 companies on there, okay? NDAA is about a lot more than 5 companies. Because what NDAA also says is the products that you install cannot contain any parts that have been made by those 5 companies or any company which is a subsidiary of those companies, which is hundreds, if not thousands of companies. Now then, when it comes to CCTV cameras, there is one chip which is more prevalent than any other. And it's that chip which gives the CCTV camera the intelligence. And that chip is, well, yeah, the more prevalent one is made by a company called HiSilicon, which is a subsidiary company of one of those companies on there. Also, you're quite right, you cannot simply take a product which is made by XYZ company, I won't necessarily name, rebadge it, and then say this is NDAA, because it isn't, because it contains components which are by one of those few thousand companies. So, as a company, we have a few manufacturing bases. We have a manufacturing base in India, we do have a manufacturing base in China, and we also have a manufacturing base in the UK, shortly to have a manufacturing base on mainland Europe as well, okay? And a few others that are coming online for local markets. It depends what the customer says. If the customer says, I don't want any products that are made in China, okay? So that would steer you down a product that's not made in China. If a customer says, I want an NDAA compliant product, then again, you're looking for a product which doesn't contain any of those manufacturers. And we can say yes to both of those things, depending on which products we're talking about. I'm trying to think. There was a very interesting thing that you raised at the end of it, and I'm trying to think what it was. What was the last bit that you said? Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And some of our products are actually cyber certified in terms of security as well. So we have such a big portfolio of products. It depends what's important to you. If you need cyber certification, if you need NDAA compliant, if you need non-Chinese, we have products that will tick those boxes. I've just remembered, in fact I've just forgotten again. It was there, it was on the tip of my tongue. I'll come back to it in a minute, sorry. I will come back to it though. I'll tell you, give him the microphone just so that everybody can hear the question, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, uploading now. Just for clarity, so if I have a normal IP camera, okay, so you have an analog system, you can or you have IP, that's normal. So with the same way, you can be able to have the features, this kind of accounting, control, and all this.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No. The question is you want to convert an analog into an IP camera and you want to do the analytics.
No.
That is not possible.
No. What he's saying is, yeah, you can, because as long as you've got an IP video stream coming in,
okay,
then the software will do all of the intelligence. Yeah. If you've got an analog camera, like you said, you need a codec to convert it to IP. Once you've got that, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? Anyone else? No one from this side of the room? No?
No, the questions was answered by all the videos and the...
Oh, question over there. Thank you. Oh, sorry, can I put you on pause 1 second? I've just remembered the question. Oh, well, actually, yeah, okay. No, what... Absolutely, yeah. There's only so much you can do with a CCTV camera. Your question was... It's gone again. It was there. It was there. Hold on 2 seconds. I know I'll remember it now. I should write it down. Your question was... God, no, I'll come back to you again, sorry.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, my name is Duncan, and I have 2 questions. I wanted to know the technologies that you have used in your software, and also whether the software is cross-platform. Maybe you can just elaborate or make a further explanation. Thank you.
Okay, when the first question about the technology that we're using in the software, could you just explain a little bit more? What do you mean by that?
Because the technologies that we have the CCTV, digital. Let me just check something. Let me just confirm something.
Okay. While you're writing that down, I'm just going to come back to you because I've just remembered the question, and I promise I won't forget it again this time. You asked me if there was any standard or anything that a manufacturer basically should be signed up to prove that they are NDAA compliant. There isn't. There doesn't exist such a thing. In my mind, what you need to do is get a confirmation, a letter from the manufacturer absolutely stating this product is compliant to NDAA. And then that way, if they're wrong or if they lie, you've got them. Yep. I knew I'd remember it, and I knew it was important. Right, sorry about that.
So I'll just give you some examples of surveillance technologies that we have. So CCTV, facial recognition, automated license plate readers, and biometric systems are some of the technologies that are used. So which one do you use?
I'm struggling. Val, can you?
I'm asking. We have when it comes to CCTV, some of the technologies used in CCTV include facial recognition, automated license plate readers, and biometric systems. So, do you have a new system that you have, a new technology that you have come up with, or we just Which one are you using?
Okay. I mean, we do all of those things. I'm not quite sure what.
Do you have a particular one that you are using, a particular one that is an additional one, apart from that, those ones that I have mentioned?
Well, it's software
Yes.
that runs on a server.
Yes. So what are you, which I don't know whether you are getting I'm asking, apart from the CCTV, facial recognition, and automated plate readers and biometric systems, which other ones are you using in your software? Analytics. Yes. Yes.
Facial recognition is one of the part of the surveillance.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry. Has that answered your question? Sorry. Okay. Any more questions? Because we have got lunch in a minute, gentlemen here.
Yeah, yes.
We'll give you the microphone so that everybody can hear your question. Oh, I thought it was you. Sorry, you're next.
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
My question is about the warranties and the replacement time frame for the products.
And what was the time frame?
Replacement.
Replacement
Let's
time
say
frame.
Any
Okay.
product got faulty or installation time replacements. So what is the time frame? Because at the live, let's say one customer's installation is going on and we received a product which is not working. That is one. Another is during the span of a warranty, what is the time frame actually you are going to replace the product? So
Okay.
because now that is the one thing, we can sell product, we can install products, but when it comes to support and warranty, people fails on that one.
Yeah, I'll let Velhan answer this if you don't mind, because this is a region-specific question.
Thank you for the question. Yeah, we understand. Yeah, service is the one thing can make a company or break it, right? We are well aware of that. We kept our promises over the years. So that's why from 1998 we still existing in the industry and we are still going ahead. Regarding the warranty, we have a standard warranty as Mike has explained earlier. If the structured cable is, we have technical people, they after the installation they will come and certify it. If it is certified as per our standards, we are going to give up to 25 years warranty. Currently, we are running a project here inside Kenya, which is going to be warranted for 25 years. Okay? Yeah, structured cabling. And regarding the cameras, we export, if there is a 100 camera order, we will be exporting 110 like that to our partners. So that 10 will cover the warranty, and Dubai is our warehouse. From there we are sending all that. Like I said, before December, we will have the persons who will be doing the service inside Kenya for all the East Africa. Like West Africa and South Africa, we are going to have. So once that is done, then it is a matter of 2 to 3 days maximum. Okay. But the cameras are just swap. We are not going to service and redistributing it. No, it's going to be swap. And we have installed more than 100 camera here, almost a year now. No claims. Yes, sir. Yeah, and okay, sure. Yes. Okay. Okay, correct. Okay. Okay, correct. Okay. Okay. Correct. So that's why in CCTV we have a replaceable warranty. Just swap it. That's how. Okay, standby arrangement. We will think of it. Okay. 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 Right, very valid point. Definitely, we will work on that standby stock. Right.
I think Africa is no different to any of the other regions that we deal in, and we've got basically two different types of business model. We've got, let's call it retail, which is business as usual, products that sell out every day, and then we've got projects. Now, the second one, projects, is very, very easy, because all we do, like Val said, is we always increase, as part of the SLA for that particular project, we increase the stock holding in country as a percentage of that original project order. The business as usual one is a little bit different in the way that we do business differently depending on where we are. Now, my understanding, Val, correct me if I'm wrong, is do we have a distributor here, or are we looking for a distributor?
We are yet to appoint here in East Africa.
Right, so we are currently looking for a distributor here, okay? So if anybody is number one, a distributor, and you'd like to talk to us, great. Or otherwise, if you have any distributors that you feel would be interested to talk to us, by all means, mention us to them. Now, until then, we will be doing business effectively direct. So effectively, if I understand this correctly, if you've got a job, you talk to us, we will supply you the cameras direct. That isn't our model. We don't want to do that. However, in the absence of having a stocking distributor, that's our strategy. As soon as we have a distributor, then part of our agreement with that distributor is that, number one, they will provide first line support, and number two, they will provide advanced swap models, all that kind of stuff in terms of service. So today it's very, very new for us in terms of here on the ground in Kenya, but going forward, hopefully very, very quickly, we will have a distribution partner that we can then rely on.
Yeah. Our training program till, like I said, December, we will be enabling the local installers and local service engineers. Not only from the company, we will be, that is our part of the program till we have December. We have a Norden Academy which is going to give training to the people inside the country. Because CCTV and all, there is no need to you rely on the company, you rely on the distributors. No, we need to have installers where they can just buy and call some installers and they will come and install. That is how ecosystem across Hikvision and Dahua, which is, we need to copy the winner, right? That is, the agreement has the number one point, they cannot do B2C, only B2B. Between the OEM and the tier 1 partner only, and tier 1 partner to the tier 2 only. They cannot do B2C. That's the number one. That is why if we are okay with that, anybody can do business, they can do the distribution, they can do the end user. That is going, by this time we would have appointed 10 partners, which we don't want. Yes.
It's a relatively straightforward model, to be honest. You've got an initial base cost of the license, and then you actually license the modules that you want. So it's not a case that I'm going to stand here with a big bag of features that you don't want and charge you for all of them. So it's a longer conversation, but it's a very, very simple model, and that's why I said it becomes very cost effective, because you only actually pay for the bits that you want. For the number of cameras that you're using as well. You don't want to license automatic number plate recognition just because you've got 100 cameras, but you only want to use it on 3 cameras. So we're a very realistic company when it comes to understanding what customers want. Gentleman there, waiting very patiently.
Thank you. My name is David. My question is on your facial recognition and CCTV. Can it do time attendance?
Yeah, absolutely. We've actually got it running in our offices in India, and literally, well, my department, marketing, every single day I get an Excel spreadsheet automatically at the end of every day to tell me the time that every single member of my staff clocked in, and the time that they went for lunch, and the time that they came back, and the time that they, and then a total. So it's so good.
It's work on facial recognition. What we installed in our head office is work on facial recognition. No need of putting your finger, punching numbers. Just recognize your face and attendance. So he is traveling and I am traveling across Africa, he is traveling across the world. Wherever we are, we get the report of our team on a daily basis in an Excel sheet.
I don't think it can. So, like tailgating, so in other words, the question is, can it do to multiple faces? I don't think it can, because if Val and I were walking through the door at the same time, it would probably say one of you go out of sight, let Val in, and then I go in separately. I'm sure that's the way it works. But I'll tell you what, let's find that out and confirm that for sure.
No, I have seen, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, I completely understand your question. In areas of mass movement, you couldn't have one person, then another person, then another person, because you would just end up with chaos. So straight away, what you're saying is, if it can see 10 faces, can it identify all of those 10 at the same time? I don't know the answer to that. Let's get back to you, but it's a really good question.
Yeah, because this time and attendance machine has the window to show one face. So we can go and show our face. Somebody is in the behind, it may not be able to, but we will come back. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question on the face recognition. Can you do blacklisting and whitelisting of faces?
Yep, all of that. So there's two ways you can do it. So with the standalone access control system, for instance, if you walk up to it and you've got access, straight away it will give you a green light and the door will open. If I walk up to it and I'm not got access, it won't let me in. However, alternatively, if I'm on, for instance, a blacklist, not only will it not let me in, it will also create an alert to say that I have tried to get in. Yeah? So imagine in access control, if I lost my card and you found the card, straight away I would want to know if someone's using my card. So straight away an alert would be sent to say somebody's trying to use my lost card. Okay? So that's the difference between normal access control and blacklists and whitelists.
Okay. My question is in regards to CCTV, face recognition. Can you blacklist a face or whitelist a face?
Absolutely. So you can have like a wanted list. Yeah? So straight away you can have a list of known suspects, let's call it, shoplifters. Yeah? Soon as someone walks into a shop, it knows that that person is on the blacklist, so therefore creates an alert, automatically sends a text message, that kind of scenario, to the security personnel to say someone that shouldn't be on the premises is on the premises. All of these things are possible today.
That is exactly we wanted to do with facial recognition. Mainly is to understand who's supposed to be inside the building, whether to allow them or not, or that's important.
The one thing that I didn't cover in this presentation, and I don't know why I didn't cover it actually, because it's probably my favourite camera. Has everybody in here seen what a hemispheric camera looks like? Yeah? Everybody everybody know the 360-degree hemispheric camera? Okay, there's still a few people looking blank. Let me just tell you this. We haven't got any here, have we? The 360s, no. Okay, so let's imagine, you see these smoke detectors?
No, that is PT.
No.
No.
Fisheye, yeah. So these smoke detectors, imagine they're a camera, okay? They're not much bigger than these smoke detectors. And having one in the centre of this room here, it can see the whole of the room all of the time, okay? Now, in difference to that camera, so that camera there is a pan, tilt and zoom camera, okay? Brilliant. Now that camera can only look in one direction at any one time. So therefore, in a room like this, if we wanted to secure this room, the way I would do it is I would have maybe 2 or even 4 cameras covering the whole of this room in terms of high quality facial definition. With a fisheye camera or with a hemispheric camera, we can have one camera on the ceiling in the middle of the room, and it can record the whole of the room all of the time. No moving parts, okay? Now you know, because you're covering the whole of the room, you're never going to miss anything, okay? It can't see round corners. It can't bend light, okay? However, in this room, it's perfect. So somebody walks through that door there, and the camera can see them. And at the same time as it's looking at them and recording them, it's also recording what somebody's doing over there, and it's also recording what somebody's doing over there. One camera, no moving parts, okay? Now, when you actually look at the live feed of this camera, it looks a little bit weird. Like there are people upside down and people on the side. But the idea of this camera isn't live. The idea is to rely on this camera for recorded evidence. Because then, when somebody says, somebody stole my mobile phone off that table, you know that camera has recorded it because it's looking everywhere. So you can go into the recorded footage, rewind the footage, and you can see the moment that the person takes the mobile phone off there, but unfortunately you can't see their face because they've got the back of the head to the camera. But what you can do is you can rewind the footage, the point where the person enters the room, and now you've got his face. So you've got evidence beyond doubt that that person who came through that door was the same person that stole the camera. Stole the phone from one camera. That's why it's my favourite product, because you can really wow people. We've got those cameras. We haven't got any here though, don't know why, but yeah, so they're amazing. To announce kind of, attention, you are not allowed in this area, please leave now, yeah? Yeah, why not? It's IP. So straight away, our camera has got the ability to make that, or software has got the ability to make that decision. So all it needs then is a message sending to the PA system to play a pre-recorded message. And the PA system can do that. So all it needs is that link. And that link is just, like Val said, API. That's all it is. So the beauty of IP, the beauty of today's technology, is very often the answer is yes. It doesn't matter what the question is.
To add on to Mike's explanation, the analytics in the camera or in the software will give a trigger. Taking that trigger, what are the improvisations we are doing, it's up to us to decide. The customer requirement which is deciding that. Taking the trigger, you can send an SMS, you can send an email, you can send a pop-up in the control center, then immediately people can act. You can take the trigger and announce it. Some of the cameras has a speaker inbuilt. We can announce through that camera, or we can take that and trigger, announce it in the public address system. So basically, the trigger we are taking, with that what we are doing is our customer's requirement. Definitely it's possible. Yeah. Am I right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Gentleman over there, how are we doing for time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to know if your product, if they have one-time licenses or are renewed annually or quarterly, maybe. How do you? And then the second question is, maybe I missed on the partnership program. I didn't get exactly how your program works.
Okay, I'll cover the second question first, and then I'll hand it over to Val. So the partner program is all about partnerships. We as a company accept that we can't do everything. We are not an installer, and also you have the customers. We have the products, you have the customers. So the whole idea of the partner program initially is all about training. So if we enable you with the correct amount of knowledge, both in the company and also in the products and the technology, then you will have the ability to go out fully armed and present Norden, present our products, present the technology. And there are different levels of partner program, or partner status, let's say. A basic level, which is really just a certificate to be able to say that you are working in partnership with Norden. Then we have a more advanced level, which is requiring training, okay? Now, depending on which product set you're interested in, we will train you in each product set. This all forms part of what Val mentioned earlier on, which is Norden Academy. So Norden Academy is all about knowledge. It's all about us giving you the knowledge to be confident. So the partner program is very, very, very simple to embark. It's an application form so that we understand who you are and what your motives are, and also what you require from us. Then it's training, certification. We give you the certificate that you can put on your website and you can put in your office to show that you're a Norden partner. And then that's where it gets interesting. We will then commit to you to work with you to help you build business. So people like the guys here will, if necessary, accompany you on visits, help you with the story, help you with the design and the creation of bill of materials and all of that kind of thing, and help you with the installation technology. So we won't do it, but we will be there to assist you and also assist you to sign it off and test it. And at the end of it, we will issue you with a certificate for you to give your customer to be able to say that this system has been installed with the knowledge and the support of the manufacturer, and then carries an enhanced warranty. Okay, so that's the whole of the partner agreement taken care of from start to finish. The first question, which I didn't quite hear.
He was asking whether the VMS license is one time or it's a subscription.
Both. So basically you buy a base license, but then also you subscribe per camera, per module that you want. So it could be that this year you need 5 licenses for number plate recognition. Whereas next year you don't need 5, you only need 2. So it makes more sense that you don't have 5 this year, 5 next year. So as I say, we've got a very, very fair charging policy for the VMS Expert. Any more questions, or is everybody done so we can go and grab some lunch? Happy over here? Happy over here? Here? Happy? Happy, happy. Yeah. Right, excellent. I just want to say a great big thank you. It's absolutely my honour to come here to your beautiful country and to stand in front of you. So thank you very, very much for your feedback and your support and the amazing questions. And I'll hand over to Val to close the ceremony.
Yeah. Let me quickly call on.
Yep. Go and get the other special ones. In the meantime, my details are on the screen. Feel free, if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, You can feel free, send me an email, WhatsApp, anything like that. We at Norden are absolutely serious about your business, and anything that we can do to support you in creating good business, absolutely, that's the reason why I'm here. So yeah, LinkedIn is a great platform, and yeah, I look forward to hearing from you. Here we go.
Come. So with our team, we wanted to say a big thank you for all of you spending your time. It's almost 31st is the month end. So many commitments will be there. Thank you very much for attending, and many more times we are here to meet. Thank you for your thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Let's get some food. Hi. Pleased to meet you.
And I hope they would have updated you. We are almost in the final stage of signing up with the distributor.
Oh, brilliant. Lovely, thank you.
Yeah, everybody. The legal is actually going through the signing up process right now.
Right.
Hopefully, we could have announced it.
Excellent, excellent.
I know.
Excuse me 1 second.
The office is actually, since we don't have another, we are also setting up the office right now.
Right.
Registration, everything is going on. Yeah, so meanwhile, they just put this, yes, rather than leaving it blank, they just put the article.
Brilliant.
So,
yeah, that's
I can connect you, if you are in Dubai, I can connect you with my guys.
I'll be there to try to.
In fact, we are also, we have our store.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, what's your profile? What else does the company do?
Okay.